Welcome to the home of the Florida Gators, Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, better known as the Swamp. As we see a squad from the Big 12, the Arizona State Sun Devils, taking on the 5th-ranked team in the land, the Florida Gators. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Gators will kick it off to get us underway. Here he comes from inside his own 5. They challenge this crowd to bring the energy, and I'd say they're doing that. Dumps it off in the flats. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
During the week, you got to talk to your quarterback. Quarterback, what do you like? What's your favorite, safest routes, easiest reads? Love coming out with those early with the short passing game.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Got the back over the middle. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. The Sun Devils want to pick up the tempo. They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. It's complete to the right. Oh, he's got some space. Coming through that 3rd down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
The give to the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. They go to the ground. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
This crowd on hand trying to make sure the Gators don't back down on unloads it downfield. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
Well, it looked like the offense had a rhythm here early in the drive, getting a 1st down, but I don't know about that play call. Going deep on 3rd down, low percentage throw, it falls incomplete, and all that momentum that was established early in the drive, that's gone away now if you have to punt.
Sidelines into the game with that touchdown.
And you could see once he left everybody in the dust and he was going to the house, the sidelines going nuts. What a big-time play to take the lead. Defense did his job. Now special teams coming through in a big way.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. A punted on the opening possession of the game. Might still have a few plays left on that opening script.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Got the quick pass. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Great play by the cornerback. In this offense, they're just trying to get this receiver the ball quickly to see if he can make something happen. But that cornerback was draped all over him. Nice job.
And you don't want to start this game with 2 straight punts. Big third down opportunity coming here. From the gun, wants to pass. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. And the Sun Devils want to move quickly.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Makes the catch along the sidelines and steps out of bounds. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Complete downfield. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
In the slant route, you got to put that foot in the ground and cut in a hurry so you can create a little bit of separation from that cornerback, and a nice job with the concentration, plucking that football, pulling it in.
Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Wants to throw it. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. Looking to throw for it. Touchdown, Arizona State! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And a really nice job understanding I got to get to that gap where there's a little bit of open space in the middle of the field when I run that post route. The QB lays it out for him, and he catches it, gets 2 feet in bounds, in the end zone, touchdown.
And he knocked that one right down the middle. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Knocked down right at the 25, and I guess he breaks even, bringing it out of the end zone. Now they'll run the draw. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle him, wear him out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Gives it to the back on the draw. Got the first down. Looking for more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. That Gator ground game is lurking in the murky waters, and it has been most effective.
Yeah, and we've seen them in the past, man. When Florida's really cooking, they've got some good backs. They've got some good balance.
There he goes. And he'll take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Florida.
Yeah, and this offense, man, they look good. They looked great last week, obviously putting up huge numbers. Again this week, coming out the gates in the first quarter with the scoring drive. This offense is putting the college football world on notice.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. On the run from inside his own 5. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. Snags a quick pass on the left. And they pick up just a few on that completion. The Sun Devils want to crank the tempo. Looking to fire. Hauls it in. Stopped at about the 25-yard line, but it'll be a first down. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback can throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Finds his target down the middle. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
I love early in the game getting my quarterback in a rhythm. Coming out, short passes, easy completions. Now we're getting in a good spot.
The noise is deafening, trying to make sure only the Gators get out of the swamp on 3rd down. He's looking to throw. Picked off. What a play to set him up. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
And you will always remember your first. And how about that? Breaking on the football, getting an INT. The first INT. Keep the football, brother. The first of many big-time plays for this guy.
Let's go, let's go. Okay, ready? Dropping back, it's Culliver. Going downfield for the big play. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Gators.
Man, this offense has started the season off so good. 1-0 a week ago, right? Now building on it again. Great job putting points on the board. It's still the first half, but this unit looks dialed in.
He'll start the return inside his 5. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. Looking to throw on 1st down. Working that left side now. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the 2nd quarter. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Florida on top. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the 2nd period and they try to find a way to answer. First play of the period, 1st down here. To the air on first down. Got it set up on the outside. He makes the stop, but a nice pickup there on first down. Leaves them in second and manageable.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. Now, how about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
They'll try the run. Turning it on. The freshman brought down after a really nice run there.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
And the Sun Devils come to the line with a new set of downs. Right back to the well.
Yeah, they're just going to need more push up front. There was nowhere for that running back to go. The offensive line got moved right back into his lap, and as a result, they lose yards on him.
Lost one on that last one. It's second and 11. Back to pass. Got his man on the right. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. It's 4th and 8 and never a hesitation. They'll go for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. The Gators sending the offense back to work. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to...
And here's a fumble way behind the line. Touchdown, Sun Devils! The defense putting points on the board.
You practice these moments as a defense, but you never know when they're going to come to fruition. But how about it? The scoop, the ball's on the turf. They scoop it up. They take it to the house. The defense takes care of business and said, offense, we don't need you. We'll put points on the board.
They're just about to kick it off after that scoop and score 6. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. He never had a chance on the draw, tackled almost as soon as he got the ball.
And when you play defensive end, it's all about getting off the football. You can tell, gets off the football really fast, gets in the backfield, gets the running back before he knows what hit him. What a play by the defensive end.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. To the air, it's Culliver. Quick strike complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Out out of the shotgun on third down. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
Nice job in coverage on that third and short, defensively taking all the throws and options away for the quarterback, and now we're setting up fourth down.
So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. Trying play action. Unloads to the right. Makes the grab, ready for the first down. And not much of a fourth down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's fourth down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to adjust the pattern. Gonna swing it on 2nd down. Shoots it to the left. It's incomplete and maybe a little too aggressive from this senior trying to fit that one in there. I know you want to go to this guy because he's made so many plays for you, but when he's doubled, surely somebody else has a much easier play to make.
And it might not be the stud that he is, right? Like, I might not find another guy that's a baller like him, that's a playmaker, but now I got one-on-one matchups elsewhere that I got to go take advantage of. If they're going to double cover him, I'm going to take advantage of some matchups somewhere else.
Looking to throw, it's Culliver. Fires to the wideout. He's open on the right. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, third down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win, and gets a good release, gets down.
Deep shot for the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Florida.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Finds his man. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Got his man. And he'll be marked down, but he's got enough to move the chains.
It's way too early in the game to say this is a must score, but man, you've dug yourself an early hole, and this offense needs to capitalize. You're not getting the football after the half, so create some momentum now while you can.
Looking downfield on first down. Using the quick game. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Gets it out quickly. They got him at the 42, but he got 5 yards on the play. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. The Sun Devils with the 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the big fella. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. They know how dangerous this guy is after the catch, and boy, oh boy, they set their hair on fire and caused a wreck on that hit.
They sure did. You got to be careful, too, because they sold out on that hit, and if they missed, that tight end was going to be able to advance the football, but boy, oh boy, this defense playing physical.
He wants to throw it again. Gets it out fast. Now well within striking distance as that third down play gets him a first at the 29. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And of course he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
This freshman quarterback is slinging it out there to pick up that first down.
Well, this offense has come out slinging the pill. They are throwing it. They are trying to be aggressive. We're only in the second quarter, guys. Already, this guy has over 200 yards passing.
Wants to throw on first down. Big fella moving. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch. The hurry up now, second down, clock ticking. They'll try to pass their way in. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. Third and goal, and let's see if they can even operate in this noise. From the gun, wants to pass. Wide out trying to get it in. And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Fourth and goal from the 3. Let's see what this offense can dial up from here. He's looking to throw. Can't make the catch, and the defense will force a turnover on downs.
Great coverage on that fourth down play. Nice job blanking the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
To the air. It's Oliver. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. He's got it on the left. Running free. Touchdown, Gator. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half, running the ball, throwing the ball. They had insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
And he tacked on the extra point. So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Makes the grab.
Slant routes, they're good against man coverage, but they're good against zone coverage too. If that receiver can find the soft spot between the linebacker and the DB, he'll take that throw all day.
Breaks the tackle. They get him on the ground late in the half. They have the first down at the 41. And the Sun Devils will hustle to the line. It's complete to the left. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. Got a man. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Just about as basic as you can get and effective if you execute.
Well executed. QB, nice job putting the football out in front of his receiver where he can advance it.
Motion from the wideout. Looking to throw on first down. He's got it. And he's brought down after a nice gain. One snap coming before they head to the locker room. Quick snap and a spike to stop the clock. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Connection to the right. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be first and goal. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. Just enough time for one final play of the half. They want to throw it. Going for 6. Touchdown, Arizona State! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
That was a big touchdown for them, too, because they're still trailing. They've got a lot of work ahead of them here in the second half, and I think that's going to give them a lot of confidence now going into halftime. I can't wait to see what they do here in the second half.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point is good, but they still trail 35-21. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Sun Devils will kick it off to start the second half. He'll bring it out. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big...
Sends it downfield. Catch inside the 30 and still running. And he's slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Florida!
When these offenses get in a rhythm, they're hard to stop. Already up early, got a short field, take advantage of it too, get another touchdown. This offense is doing whatever they want to do and having a lot of success.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. UCLA is running away with this one right now, and it's kind of felt that way since we heard the first 8 clap today. They're up by 20 over Texas Tech. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Arizona State has the ball back and the offense making its way onto the field. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
That last big play, one that can really jumpstart a drive. It's 1st and 10 from the 47. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. And the Sun Devils are in the hurry-up. Wants to fire on second down. Catch in the middle, it's Henderson. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. They get to the line quickly. To keep it in the air. Quickly complete.
Yeah, this is simple pitch and catch. Quarterback and wide receiver have done this 4 million times in the offseason. He catches, waits for him to take a couple steps, boom, fires it right on his chest. They can complete this probably with their eyes closed. They've ran this route so many times together.
The Sun Devils had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced in a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Sun Devils. Great example of how a second half can really change everything for a team.
No doubt. First half looked bad. It looked like it was bleak. It looked like it was ugly. But now you're starting to get it turned around. More drives like this is what's needed.
Getting set for the point after. Splits the uprights. So a drive there of 85 yards. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike scored. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
And I don't know if they're going to get the same looks defensively because of just how explosive that play was, Reese. David, they may be seeing a little bit more off coverage on this drive and maybe some softer boxes to run into.
And when you make that kind of explosive play, you're going to put the defense on its heels. They're going to be a little bit more conservative. So this offensive approach now, maybe I don't have to go deep. I can go a little bit shorter and just make those easy plays underneath.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Here he goes breaking the pocket. Rolling on the run. Intercepted. That is just what this defense needed. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
It's all about making plays, and this guy's been waiting to make his mark on this team. He gets his first interception of the season, and what a momentum-changing play for his team.
Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
Clock ticking away as we have 4 minutes left here in the third. Second down, they'll go to the air. Throws to the wideout. Got him downfield. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
Yeah, and Palmer, I don't know what his grade's going to be, but hitting over 400 yards on the day, I think coaches are going to be pretty impressed with the day this young man had.
No doubt. I think for defensive coordinators moving forward now, you're going to be charged with having to find answers to try to slow this guy down. Today, we've seen this defense try blitzing, zone coverage, man coverage.
And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. He'll try to take it back. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Gator. The defense does the work itself with a pick six. Just one moment, and all of a sudden, the fortunes turn.
You're in a position where you're about to give up points, and now you flip that around and you put points on the board. Perfectly executed. What do you do in an interception? First guy blocks the intended receiver. Everybody else starts to form the wall where the ball's going. Nice blocking, nice interception, nice return for the touchdown.
He'll return it. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. Arizona State has the ball back and the offense making its way onto the field. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick six, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
And on that last play, he's now over 400 yards passing.
Well, Reese, if you're going to throw for over 400 bills, you got to spread the praise around. Up front, they've done an outstanding job protecting this quarterback, and his receivers have been winning one-on-one.
Quick release on the RPO. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
When you play zone coverage and you got a wide receiver that's a beast, it becomes very, very difficult. I got to make sure I play physical and maybe even shade the side of the wide receiver having a lot of success.
And the Sun Devils will snap it on 1st and 10. From the gun, running back on the move.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Unloads to the wideout. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
Coming out of the tunnel in the third quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the third quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Got room on the return. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Florida!
After that amazing performance in week 1, this offense wasn't content. They felt like they left some plays out on the field, even though they were able to get that win. I feel like they've taken another step. They've raised their intensity level. They've raised their execution. This team is going to be a contender this year. You can just feel it.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. This thing has sort of gotten away the last couple of possessions. They've been a little too generous, David.
Yeah, like a non-profit, man, like a charity, giving the football away too much. Got to take care of the football, Jesse. Otherwise, you got no shot to win this football game.
You're right, man. At this level of college football, it doesn't matter how talented you are. It doesn't matter who you're playing. If you're sloppy and you put the football on the ground or you throw picks, you're going to find yourself behind on the scoreboard.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Gets the back moving. Fires to the wideout. Got his man downfield. And a potentially touchdown-saving tackle made there after the long completion.
And this offense showing off the explosiveness, the big play down the field. This is so big because what it makes defenses do to react now. Now you scare them. Now you make them drop back a little bit. So that big passing play opens up this whole offense.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he has had 0 rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy.
He's got it. They make the tackle just outside the end zone, but it'll be 1st and goal from the 1.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
Just keep slinging it. Fires to the tight end. And he will score. Touchdown, Arizona State. He has been surgical. Precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for it. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Might be calling a hot route. Trying to get the corner. Breaks into the open. And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The entire complexion of this possession changed on that one play. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 20. They're going to ride this running back. He's pulled down after a tough run, gets it to the 6.
And running really has been the key on this drive, guys. Lots of success right there. They generate another explosive play. Their success running the ball, big reason why they've been able to put up a lot of points and have a really nice lead in this one. And now back in the red zone again, they're looking to add to that lead.
They'll try to pop the draw. The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He's stopped immediately.
And you're seeing on both sides really hard to run the football in this one. You've got to give both of these defenses tons of credit. They are so physical up front. These defensive lines can take the game over, and right now it's tough sledding on the ground.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down. They can pick up the first without scoring. Handoff from the gun. And they're able to get a 3rd down stop here. See if they go for it on 4th. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Trying to keep the drive alive. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a 1st down.
And the gamble pays off. Down in tight in the red zone. You go for it on 4th and short. You pick up the 1st down, and now you've got your whole playbook at your disposal. This offense, they're thinking 6 points.
A 1st down run on the doorstep. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Gators! Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Arizona State has the ball back and the offense making its way onto the field. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Takes the easy completion. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. And at this point, the defense looks as if they've been in one of those dizzy bat races. They've got no idea where the ball's coming from. He's over 500 yards passing.
Yeah, this is a Heisman Trophy level performance from this guy. The accuracy, the decision-making, the athleticism, everything has been on display.
Use the play fake, now to throw. He's got the tight end. And it is a good idea to gang tackle. First guy couldn't get him, second guy finally did.
And that's why play action is going to be big in this game. You saw how it just freezed the second level of that defense just for a second and allowed the tight end to work himself vertically down the field. But how about this guy after the catch, right? So hard to bring down. What a weapon.
It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line.
Set, ready. Hammer, hammer.
The toss sweep to the right. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
And it's been a little bit of a frustrating day for this offense. They want to get the run game going, and they want to get it to their stud at running back, but he just hasn't found a lot of area. And here's the thing. If you don't have successful runs, now it's second and long, and this offense, they haven't been in a great spot because physically they haven't been able to run the football today.
To the air on second down. Snagged out of the air. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncovered.
Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. Just it makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
Wants to throw again. On target. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. That's now 200 catches in his career.
It's so impressive because of his dependability. This guy has been consistent, David, week in, week out. He shows up, and he makes plays.
And it's easy to coach a guy like that. Consistent, does the work, catches the football, you know where he's going to be. That's why he's got 200 catches.
He'll be pulled down after a good run. They'll mark it at the 15.
They showed this run in the first half, right? You saw it. They loaded up on this side, ran the football, had some success. What do they do in the second half? Pull some guys, run the counter the other direction to keep the defense off balance.
The Sun Devils in a good spot here with second and short. Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. And the Sun Devils can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Back to the ground game on the left. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
Well, the running back did a nice job there, keeping his feet moving. He was able to drag some defenders with him to get that first down.
The Sun Devils pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work.
Pace, 27, jump.
They'll go to the ground. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
And this defense is more than happy with the offense running the football. They've done a great job today. I mean, they've really made this offense work so hard, earn everything they've gotten, and that's why this lead is ballooned like it has.
Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
On third down, he drops the throw. Into the end zone for a touchdown to ratchet up the pressure late in this game.
Well, you got to love the attitude of this team. I know they're still down by a lot on the scoreboard, but a really nice job by the quarterback. Accurate throw on that touchdown pass.
And the point after is good. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. That's the kind of mistake that throws off your game plan. Come out of the end zone and you're stopped at the 8. Let's see if this offense can get out of a hole as they start this drive at their own 8. Making side adjustments here. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. Looks as if he'll get it up to about the 14-yard line.
You got to give the coaching staff credit because they really do focus all season long on situational football with the lead late in the game. If we're on offense, we're trying to stay in bounds. We're trying to bleed the clock. And after ripping off a really nice run, that guy knew
He's looking deep. Pulls in the deep ball. Speeding down the left side. Touchdown, Florida. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
I got to say, the mental toughness that this team is showing early this season is real impressive. And going down the field and scoring on that last possession, putting themselves in position here to go 2-0, they're answering the bell. This team has leadership on both sides of the ball. Very, very impressive.
The ball will be placed at the 40 after that kick out of bounds. Quarterback empties his backfield.
Hey, camper!
He'll start this drive firing. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
Well, they're trying to attack the middle of the field. That time the ball a little too high for his wide receiver, and it falls incomplete.
So now it's second and long. Looking to fire. And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. So first play of the drive coming here from their own 49. They're looking to get the edge with this one on the toss. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
Offenses ice football games in the fourth quarter by running the football, and that's what these guys are trying to do right now, right? We're going to bleed the clock. We're going to stay on the field. It doesn't matter if the defense knows we're running it. They cannot stop.
Lets it fly deep downfield. And give him another 6. Grabs it for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
And right down the middle. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner goes down. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. They'll start this drive going to the air. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the fourth quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
Got enough for the first down. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. A productive play is one that it gets you at least halfway to another first down here on 1st and 10. Makes the grab on the left. And that is how we will wrap this one up.